Understand the last blessings go deeper than anything else. As I'm preaching, cause it's a method. Nothing's far away. It's all for the taking. It's all for the taking. Scaling, everything to get it. Trust me, that's gonna get me out the ghetto. If I'm on that work, chilling on the shop, every nigga's that's not a cost. Stop shining. What it is, what it is, what it is. What's good? What's up? We are back. What's going on in the markets? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Another episode of the Student Traders channel. I am your boy, your host, the Student Trader. Just want to give an FYI. This is just a documentary process of my trading journey. I began doing this docuseries of these live tradings because I realized this was one of the best and strongest way to hold myself accountable while in the market. And it also allows me to give back value to some of you guys who are learning the same strategy as me or even learning how to trade, but having a little bit of difficulty understanding, reading the market and knowing what to do out there. So I hope you find great value in this. If you do like, comment, share, follow the page, subscribe to the channel, and recommend it to some others who are looking to learn how to trade just like you so that we can all have an impact on each other. Without further ado, let's begin this journey today. So yesterday, this was the trade that we did not get to catch on the live market. I'm gonna try to be quick because price is approaching a zone. This was the trade on GU that we didn't get to mark live on the session. Ended up closing the video at 11, being that I seen that price was around here at 11 and I was nowhere near my discount range. So I just kind of assumed we probably would have continued and take the previous day high. But price had other plans. It came back down, gave a reaction out of this high time frame supply, came back, mitigated this demand, and we were able to take this quick buy to this premium range, because as you can see, this high led to this low and broke under this structure. If we go to the 5-minute, you'll see the clean break. So that to me was significant enough to say that, okay, the retracement will begin. Remember what I told you about those 5-minute lows? When price takes the 5-minute low with a body, this is a 5-minute low, that would be BOS. Even though this zone, this order block here gave it a reaction, it simply came to retest the discount, then to come back down and continue further. So this was the beginning of the retracement of that 4-hour. Remember, we had the big 4-hour break of structure where there was no retracement. As you can see now, the retracement has began. Right now, price is approaching the decisional. This was the price where price decided to break this high. This was the decisional range, and this was our extreme. So we can quickly mark that. I don't think we need to go all the way to the high time frame today to do all the analysis that we've already done yesterday, because we already know where price is. So we can say this is our extreme just for now, and then obviously we'll refine it. But for now, we can say that is the extreme, and this would be the decision. Oops, excuse me. It probably looks cleaner on the 1 hour. We will say this, okay, maybe the 4-hour looks cleaner, then we refine it from the 1 hour. So we'll say this right here would be your decisional. Now, granted, price looks like it's already inside of the decisional. So if we were to go to like a 15-minute, we can see where price is at. And being that we see there's trend line here, we can assume that being that all this already been taken, actually, we can even scale it down to here. Price is currently at this imbalance and gave a reaction on the 15-minute. Now, if we go to the 5-minute, what type of reaction was this? Okay, so price slightly tapped in this demand that we had marked from yesterday. So we can delete this decisional marker. We see that price gave a little tap on this. We are looking at G right now because EU is a little further than the zone. and EU got this consolidation range. Now, it may not need to come to the low, even though there's this low trend line, simply because this order block here led to the break of this previous day high, and also this break and retest trader they were just taken out now. We could, there's so much to go over with EU. So let me finish this GU part. I think today we might have a pretty active session based on the areas where price in the market is. All right, so quickly we can see that price came, mitigated this zone. I can delete this here. Mitigated this zone, gave us a, looks like here we have a trend line going down here that price most likely will be sweeping right here. So we've got this trend line going on here. It's in a form of a channel. And as you know, as I told you guys, similar to this channel thing, price wants to go one way, it has to break one side to go the other. So right now, if it's breaking above, that's because it wants to go lower. So let's keep that in mind. It hasn't broken above yet, but I said if, because I see that it's kind of, it wicked above this high. So if it leads to the down, it keeps going further, then we know what we're in for. But what we can say so far is price did do a break of structure. This was a 5-minute BOS. So this 5-minute BOS, the question now is this significant to say that the directions have changed? Because now we've got a change of this high that led to this low that broke underneath this low. So let's quickly just mark it. This high was the change of character. It was a high. We'll do quickly mark. It was a 1-minute high that led to this low, created this retracement high led to this low that caused this here break of structure. And this here break of structure led to this here high that created this break of structure to the upside. So now the question that we are asking ourselves is the market ready to go? Right now, it is currently 8:53. We are 7 minutes away from our kill zone. Now, could price simply be leaving now? So from this break of structure, what did price leave behind? It came above and tapped into this here supply. So that makes us wonder, is this now invalid? Okay, it didn't tap into the supply. Let's go to 5-minute. Is there a clear 5? Let's go to 3-minute. Is it clear on the 3? Okay, let's go to the 15-minute. Okay, so it didn't tap into any clear supply zone that we can potentially say, okay, price has mitigated a supply, as you can see right here. Let's make sure it's all the way on that. Okay, so it did. It did. So when you zoom in, you have to refine, make sure you have the bottom of the wick right here. Very important to be precise. And did it tap it? Ooh, see that right there? Just barely missed it, it's looking like. So it's one of those situations. Now, if it didn't tap it, what would we have then? If it did not tap the zone, what we would have is this here low and this here high as a potential order block for a buy. Now, let's go ahead and quickly mark out our execution window. So it's already past 8:45. We'll leave that one out. So we'll put the execution window. We'll quickly look at the New York trap. See what did the New York trap do? Which direction was it trying to convey? Okay, so the New York trap is at A. Price did what? Okay, so we had this unintentional movement to the buy side. So price, during the opening of New York, tried to give us the idea that we were bullish. Okay, so we had this unintentional movement. Price came down, did this sweep, retracement, mitigation, expansion. So we can say we haven't completely swept the unintentional movement of that. We swept half of it. Then price came back up here after the sweep, retest in a form of an inducement. of these highs. And let's not forget, guys, sellers were in control coming from yesterday. So let's keep that in mind. Okay. Okay, so right now we can see this was basically a seller inducement that is leading down to this zone here. So before I even carry on any further, let me jump to the daily time frame of both pairs real quick. I just want to see if we took out any daily structure, any daily highs or lows. Okay, so the last previous day high was from here. Today we didn't take out any daily high or low. As far as GU, let's see, did we have any as such? Okay, we're approaching this previous day low for GU, but we haven't taken out any previous day structures, but we are approaching previous day low. Previous day high is way up here. So, okay, so let's quickly jump to the 4-hour now. For GU, what do we have? Let's do a 4-hour fib from this low that led to this high. This is where our discount is for the GU, our premium 4-hour discount, okay? Not the discount of the decisional, but just the discount of the premium, okay? So here, this is also the discount for EU within this range, and we're way up here right now. We can technically say we're not even near 50% yet, so we're not sure if we're ready for a buy. Let's stick to the pro trend bias for now. So the pro trend is this last inducement right here of the previous day high. From the sellers is what's leading the market, same as GU. We had this last inducement of the sellers that is also leading the market. Okay, cool. So just for clarity, I just don't know, it looks so messy right now. So let me just clear up all this. I know we've done all this marking and now to just delete it, it's okay. We'll be all right. I prefer clarity versus all this mess. Okay, same with you, GU. We'll bring it all back. Don't worry. Let's do more so this side. And then in here, some mess in here too. Okay, no, didn't mean to take out the border. Boom, boom, oops. Okay, cool. All right, so some of the internal ones will still be there, but just all this ones on the outside is kind of messy. All right, boom. Let's jump back into it, yeah? So we can go now to the 1 hour. We have our clarity. We know that this is our decisional for EU and etc. So let's first give our attention a little bit to GU because it's inside of this zone. Let me bring back my fib tool for GU real quick so that we know where we are. We'll do the same for EU so that we know where we are on the retracement. We never just use the fib tool by itself as just like an overall confluence. That's like suicide. You don't want to do that. Okay. So I'm just doing these markings for visual purposes for you guys so you can see and understand whatnot. Also for me too, so not just for you guys. Okay, cool. So now here we are. I'm back to the overall zone that I had marked. I see that this demand was mitigated. So I'm in a high time frame demand. I'm also within this channel for price. Now, channels are a retail concept. So I don't trade channels, so to say. I just use the understanding of it so that way I can read the market's direction. So I don't trade channel. All right, so what did GU do during Asia? So it gave us a slight consolidation range right here. Consolidated, took the high, mitigated this OB here, left Asia high on Asia high is not yet taken. So with these markets, there's never a need to rush. Let's see, supply. There's never a need to rush. If it's meant to be for the trade to happen, you will get it. And trust me, you won't miss it unless you intend to miss it because you're busy doing something else. So we had this build up, right? And then from this build up, we had this here inducement of Asia high. This inducement led to this bearish break of structure. Okay, so what are we getting? We're getting confirmation that sellers are in control. So what is our bias? Currently, our bias is sells because we can see that we are in a retracement, sellers are in control, and we have simply been getting inducements to the downside, inducements after inducements. Okay, so we can see here, this was the 1 minute order block that price basically came back to right here. And slightly tapped. Came back down, retrace, and induce these levels, these highs, this level of a buildup. Price did a minor inducement and took these levels to the downside. Are we going to get a break of structure? It's processing, but we're going to see. Is GU ready to push back up from here? Or does it need to go deeper into the zone? We understand that we're in this overall demand zone as well. We can remove this this demand marking. Okay, so we've taken this trend line. So now what we're waiting for is to see if this change of character break of structure is valid. Price should react here and push up. Now, what we want to see, now is this is a 9 a.m. mitigation. So this could be valid. This could be a valid push for GU. But as for EU, we haven't reached from the decisional, let's say from the decisional, which was here. This is the extreme actually. The decisional was here that led to the break of this high. So let's say from this swing, this trading range, we'll be looking somewhere here. Now this GU buy, yes, I can say I missed the entry. If it's valid, I can say I missed the entry simply because of the timing, my timing on it. But we'll see. I do want to see it come deeper into the zone. I don't know if this one little tap should be enough. So I'm not worried. If it does go, that's fine. But I do want to see it come deeper into that demand. Because if it wants to go up, it would need to come down deeper here for us to have that push up. So, I mean, I haven't seen that yet. I haven't really seen like a relevant sweep. I mean, I do see we had this BOS. You could say this was a buildup. This inducement pushed out, changed character break structure. Price came back, induced to the downside, mitigate, and it could potentially push up from here. That's valid for GU since we are close to the discount. Are we at 50%? We're slightly above it. So that's why I say I would want to see price come a little bit deeper. You still have this big old bullish and bearish engulfing candle right here that price hasn't taken. So that's more information here that price could come and give us something from with GU. Now EU, I believe is still building liquidity as it appears. Let's take a look. We know on a daily we did not take any previous day lows or highs. For GU, where is that previous day low that I marked actually? Let me quickly. Where is the previous day low that was marked? Daily. Oh, I think I deleted it. I forgot. I did do the deletion of everything afterwards. Oops, wrong one. Here we go. Previous day low. Now let's take a look. Okay, so we can see that the previous day low is right underneath this zone. And this zone, my apologies. And this previous day low sitting right underneath this order block. So perhaps price can induce it and then push up, which would be closer to the 6.18. But this is a strong rejection out of this zone. So we'll see. So we could delete the New York trap. We've already identified. We can also delete the 9 a.m. entry, and we'll just find our final hour and as well as our kill zone. I have my kill zone here. Cool. So with this price action right now, we have a time-based manipulation at 9 a.m. Price mitigated this zone. Does that mean that it's ready? It's not sure. We have to watch price action and be patient. It's never a need to rush a trade. The market will give you confirmation when you need it. Okay. And EU still. So let's see. What do we have here? Let's go to the 15-minute. Let's identify some structure real quick from this mitigation. Let's go to 15-minute on here. Let's quickly identify some structure. Okay. We have high, low, high. We could say low, and this would be high. So high, low, high. This is lower than this one. So we could say high, low, but the reason we're not saying this is low because this is not lower than this low. So these are internal structures. Then we can come all the way down. We don't have no consecutive 3-candle pattern of a bullish move until here where we have this next one. So this will become high. This could become low, I apologize. This is high. So right now, who's to say that this high is not just to come down and make another low to continue the bearish trend of high, low, high, low, high, low. So let's not jump to conclusion, even though we had this breakup structure here. Even though we had this breakup structure, what we want to see then is a 5-minute move happen, which we had these 5-minute structures here. Boom, boom, 5-minute here, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. Okay, so did we get confirmation? In a way, we kind of did, actually. We had this 15-minute low lead to this high that broke above this 5-minute high, as well as this one. Barely tap here. There's a trend line that price could be after. So we can say price can be targeting this overall high here. We could target here as a TP range, as an overall TP range from this zone to come mitigate, take this trend line, and then sell down. So if we're looking for sells, it could come from this range versus from anywhere here. Yeah, because this low, it probably didn't break this low yet. So this could be a potential sell range because this high led to this low, broke this structure. Price slightly tapping here to come mitigate here. We could say we look for a sell from here if price come up here. Remember, the bias is sells simply because the sellers are pushing the market down until we get a clean retracement to the discount range. Then I can say I will be looking for pro trend buys once again. But right now, the internal pro trend is sells. As we can see, we could even say this range right here was somewhat consolidating. And then price broke above the high, then broke above the low. I mean, broke underneath the low. So it took the high, came down, took the low. So we can get a retest here and then push back down to continue. So that would be my expectation for GU so far. So let's let GU play out on this 5 minute. Let's quickly go to 15 minute on EU and identify structure. High. Let's go. This is low. High. Low. High. Did we get a 3, 1? But this one's higher, so no. Low and high. Cool. Similar to GU, we have the same thing with EU. We have bearish BOS to the downside, sellers in control. Sellers in control. So it's letting us know. What else do we have? We have trend line being generated. Okay, so price is preparing us for that buy up that's going to come. But for now, it's building it. It's building the liquidity that's needed. What else do we have? We have inducement right here. This inducement of the sellers. Domino effect, sellers is just continuing to push the market down. Another inducement here. These build up, these levels of build up here. Price induced it here and then did one more inducement of the side that induced those levels. Those levels of build up. Price then induced them right here again. So we can say inducements are happening left and right. These were the levels of buildup that I was speaking of. As you can see, price just came and induced them and induced them and induced them. So this is what we can see so far. Sellers are in control. Sellers are in control. So let's go ahead with a 9 o'clock. What happened at exactly 9 for EU? Execution. Price, did it do a mid-time mitigation? No, not at all. Let's get our cutoff time, final hour. And let's find our kill zone. Now, is there any news or anything happened over the night that we need to be mindful of? Let's see. Today's Friday, December 12th. Oh, it's my brother's birthday. I gotta call him. All right, so we're clear. No news. So we have a clear trading day. So for EU, we know that we're inside of this here order block, which we had marked yesterday. There was some relevant liquidity sweeps there. So it could be valid. But it's within 50% range, I believe, but it's just not at the 618, yeah. So it's under 50%. So EU could be able to take off from here. Yeah, let's carry on. So yeah, EU could give us the reaction here because we've just had a relevant inducement right here of these lows. So this could push up to begin taking this trend line. What else? We know that in this zone, there was this relevant consolidation. That price took the highs and lows of. So this reaction here could be a valid reaction. I think on a 3-minute, it was a more clear order block. Yeah, this one here. Did price reach it? Yes, price did reach it and mitigate it. So for EU, this could be a valid move to push price up to where, let's see, well, this is trend line, so we can't expect no sell-off from up here um, in this case. So if this is the true buy, let's go to the 5-minute, get internal structure for the 5. And we've had the 5-minute BOS right here. This 5 led to this. We had a breakup structure. Price simply came up, induced this high. It did not sweep. It did not mitigate any. Yeah, it did not mitigate any zones, as you can see. So yeah, this could be a valid buy for EU. And oh, actually it is. Look, the order block that's created, 1 candle, 2 candle, 3 candle. Price left this gap imbalance here. This is a valid entry where we would position ourselves at the bottom of this zone here, and the entry would be here. And our TP would be the top of the trend line or even Asia high. So this would be our entry for EU right here. GU, on the other hand, is still going a little deeper into the zone, but EU, this would be our potential entry. Granted, there is this level of trend line underneath if price is interested in that zone, and we know that this right here is the order block that lies within the 618. I'm sorry, it's this one here. That one is the okay. So let me get clarity real quick. As GU does this thing, I'm just gonna switch over to one screen so I can fully see the EU chart. So this low led to this overall high here that I had marked. Since I erased everything, it's kind of just gotta redo my charting. Go back to 15. Okay, so yeah, that one wasn't a high. This low led to this high, broke this structure. Price came back to, yeah, so that was my buy on EU actually. Let me see. 50% range, yes. That's our buy on EU, 50, under 50%, perfect. And then we mitigated this here. It's a high time frame. This is a high time frame demand. So this aligns with our confluences. If price comes back, mitigate a high time frame demand, and then gives us a change of character breakup structure, which we got a 5-minute BOS. Internal change of character breakup structure, one more. Price came back, mitigated our demand, pushed down, came, respected, broke this one. So now we can take this buy. Well, we're pretty much in this buy in the sense of what I was explaining. But for us to properly enter this buy, let's see if price gives us a simple opportunity. Because right now we've already got confirmation where this is 1 leg, 2 leg. If price comes back and just induce this or even retest that zone, we could just simply buy up. But yes, we've got our confirmation for that buy. Now we're not going to chase the trade. We're simply going to wait for price to give us that inducement entry, which can happen at the bottom of this zone, or it can push up here. So we can take it from this order block. But in this case here, let's see, can we get this 1 tap, 2 tap? Let's go back to the 3-minute. Took the high, took the low, took the high, came, mitigated this zone. High, low, change of characters, induce, came back. Yeah, so this could be our buy up to this range here. Let's see if price can give us a push down. Now, this is just going based off of our confluence list. We've had this breakup structure. We've hit this high time frame demand. That led to a break of structure up here. Price gave us a change of character here, gave us a break of structure, came up. Did we mitigate any supplies? No. Well, we did mitigate this here. No, we did not mitigate nothing. We mitigated impulse candle, the candle before that led to this BOS. So perhaps that could invalidate the trade, actually. So before we force anything, let's pay attention to this here. Price came to this impulse candle, induced this zone. So it's been tapped twice. Okay, so this could potentially fail and then came back down and retested us here. So we could be in a good position with the buy, but because that sellers are internally in control right now, as you can see, there's been a lot of seller inducements. We can expect maybe price come just to take this trend line and perhaps mitigate this order block here above. Okay, so now we can go back to where GU is at. And now GU is finally ready to go. See, now that GU did this retest in this zone, like I was explaining, now I believe GU is ready to go. So we can say the GU buy is ready. GBP USD. Okay, let's take our buy with GU, carry on with the trade. Okay, and for EU, do we have our ready? Yes, we do actually. I'm sorry, I said do we? We already do. So EU is going to be reacting from this here, um, this here order block. So we can say our EU buy will have a much lower stop loss. Okay, so for EU, we're looking to TP at the top of the trend line. And for GU, after this inducement here, we're looking to TP at the top of this trend line as well. Okay, so these are our two trades right now for EU and GU. We're not thinking all the way pro trend to target all the highs simply because we could see that sellers are in control. So if anything, we are technically wanting to reach a sell zone to perhaps continue selling down. But for now, reasons this could fail. Let me also break that part down. The reasons this zone could fail is this trend line underneath. Maybe price wants to take more liquidity and come deeper into this discounted range. I'm sorry, not this one. Actually, yes, it is that one. This is the M15 range from this low to that high. So this is the discounted range of it. So this could be somewhere price is interested in. Another reason this zone could potentially fail is that the sellers are in control, and this inducement from this impulse candle could be the inducement to lead to the downside. But because it came and all it did was induce this low after mitigating and push back up, then I don't validates my reason for the buy. But hey, as you can see, this is why I don't take aggressive buys from the taps. I wait for price to give me a reaction, and then I look for the entry. Same with GU. We're somewhat near the 50%. Price could give us the reaction here for that move. But we're in the trade, so we accept the risk. We're just gonna allow price to do its thing and go from there. Okay. I don't really like to check on the like the the P&L of the trade or whatever, but I just want to show you we're in this trade. Where is it? Positions. Where is it? Market. Actually, what I'll do is, because I don't really care to look at the P&L, what I'll do is at the end of the trade, of course, I'll go ahead and post or add it into the thumbnail or whatever, win or lose, whatever the outcome is, I'll add it to our thumbnail so that way we can document our process. Oh, now on a sense of rules and confluences, the external pro trend of the market is bullish, correct? Like from the 1 hour, etc. The market is, we're in a bullish market, correct? Now, this buy, for example, would be considered pro trend because we're going with the trend of the bullish market. Now, the sell that I said we would probably look for is for the internal retracement. If price was still bearish for the retracement, that's why we would look for the sell. And this is the reason why we're TP. We're going to take our TP before a zone where sales can begin because we don't know if price is done because we haven't reached this discounted range. Even then, even in the discounted range, you want price to confirm that. So we're looking to TP within a good risk to reward, a minimum of 1 to 3. This one is a 1 to 392. This one is a 1 to 4. So we're looking to TP with a decent RR in order to boom, 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 boom. What is this? This is the extreme. We're looking to TP out with a decent RR because we know that at any point maybe price is not done with this retracement because from the 4 hour, the 4 hour discount is here. From this low, the extreme that began to move, this is just the extreme of this range. This is well, actually, I won't even call it the extreme. I'll call this the decisional. Because this was where price decided to break this structure right here. This is where the push happened to break it. But within this trading range, this high and this low, it has its own premium and discount range. So this is why we're not going to assume that this is all the way to the moon yet. We can assume that this can come here as a retracement and then continue back down to here, all the way to here, just tap the decisional, then to go up, or tap the decisional react and then come down to the extreme or the actual 4 hour, which we can call it extreme, but the actual 4 hour discount range, and then give us the move up. So that's why we don't try to anticipate the market's full move and just say, oh, that's what's gonna happen. Okay. So let's see. Can we take Asia high? Is the question. Let's bring out our liquidity, our whatchamacallit, our kills, our highs and low tool, and let's see what's above. So we got a London high here and an Asian high. We could target the Asia high, but I'm not sure if price is interested in Asia high yet, because if we're in a bearish retracement, it may not need to take it. Underneath, we just have this London low and this New York low way underneath. So not too much liquidity highs and lows resting for price. Now let's go to GU. What do we have with GU? So we could turn this one off. We know that we're targeting the London high. Right now, we're just targeting London high for EU. Let me actually take the screenshot of this for my journal. Okay. And for GU, let's see is there any place to target. We have New York high, London high, okay, and Asia high. So yeah, we're not going to be over excited and target these highs either. We're just going to allow price to give us at least this RR if we are due for it. We know that this zone will fail because it's now became a retail support and resistance. It's been tapped 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5, 6. So price has been in this zone a lot. So we know this is why this became a retail support and resistance zone. And you can also look to the left. It was also a break and retest area. That's why I also said, yeah, this zone will fail and not assume that price would react to the downside from here. Because see, break and retest traders were invited to join the party here. So now they're being taken out of the party. They're being taken out as we speak. Break and retest traders is going. See, price came down, broke this low, retest, pushed down. They thought there wasn't a trade. Then price gave us the mitigation to now come out, take out the trend line traders that were also invited after the break and retest traders. These trend line traders usually get invited to the party after the break and retest is respected, because then they're seeing trend line, so they take that trade. So we're approaching our TP for both EU and GU. And yeah, based on the way the aggression that price approaches the zone, we'll know whether or not we should hold for higher levels, such as Asia high, or if we should simply close and exit the trade. Because let's go to the 15-minute here. We can see that this high led to this low, broke underneath this low. This high led to this low, broke underneath this zone. So potentially, price can give us a reaction from this here zone. Let's go to supply high time frame. So we can potentially get a reaction from this here zone. Okay, so let's go to okay. Um, okay, perfect. So let's let price finish the move. And yeah, that's pretty much how the game go, guys. Some days you're an analyst. You're not forcing trades. You're not trying to rush. You're not trying to find things. You're letting price do his thing. And once price finished showing you his hands, like we saw last week, when that big consolidation was happening, we waited. We let price pick a side, break which way to let us know which way we're going to continue. After price broke to the high side, we saw how it continued bullish, bullish, bullish. We said, okay, so buyers are in control. And then we know if we were going to be back to take the downside of the consolidation range, we would need to see price do what? We would need to see price come back, take the low that led to that high. That decision was on that broke that low. So we would need to see that one get induced or taken out to say, okay, we're going to come down to take the seller side of the consolidation. But as we see, price hasn't done that yet. It just kept on going bullish, and it has a target that it's going for, which is that daily high, these structural highs that was left behind, all these traders that was in profit. So price went back for them. So what does that let us know? That tells us, okay, all we have to do is position ourselves. Position ourselves for pro-trend price action. In this case, our pro-trend price action was simply buys. We only took the pro-trend trades. We didn't take the counter trade for the sells because we had already reached the premium zone, 50% and closer to 6.18. As you can see right here, we're right there at the 50% range of the 4-hour. Right there, we're under 50%. And price mitigated a high time frame demand, which is part of our confluence list. You know what I mean? So always remember our confluence list. This trade is based off of this. The reason we entered that trade is because of this information here. Time-based manipulation. What time did this happen? This mitigation happened at 9 o'clock on the dot. Look at the wick. Look at the candle. Look at the bottom of my screen. 9 o'clock on the dot, price came and tapped this zone. What happened after the mitigation of a what? High time frame demand. Look, this was a high time frame. We're on the, I'll go to the 15-minute. On the 15-minute, you could see that this was the high time frame demand that we're referring to. It led to a break of structure. And then what do we get next? We got our change of character and a break of structure. So when you go to the 1 minute, you can see your 1 minute internal high right here. Excuse me, let me fix this. Okay, so you have your 1 minute internal high here that gave you the change of character. Come on now, mouse. This was your internal change of character. And this was your 5-minute break of structure. As we say in our confluence list, we want to see the 5-minute, wait for the 5-minute BOS, which we got here. This was the 5-minute BOS, the 5-minute structure. Price BOS'd it, came back down, tapped. You can say, well, what about invalidation? It tapped into a supply. No, this is a retail support and resistance zone. This was the area where break and retest was invited. So all this was already liquidity. If you're reading it right, you already know, oh, this is just liquidity. Price is gonna give them a false reaction simply to come mitigate our zone and give us a reaction out. Then you go, now it's time for execution time. You go to the 1 minute and let's understand why we executed from this zone. Actually, we just go to the 5-minute, I believe. Yeah, let's go to the 5-minute. We ask ourselves, why are we executing at this zone? Well, let's take a look. First, after price mitigated, look at the momentum that it pushed out with. It exited out the zone strongly, leaving a 1, 2, 3 candle pattern and an imbalance right in between it. This imbalance is one of my entry model type as well. When price does this price action, breaking structure this strongly, and then leaves an imbalance between a bullish engulfing candle, I take it from the imbalance and cover the lows of this candle. I don't wait for price to come here. No. This is only what? A 4.9 pip stop loss. Why am I going to be greedy and just try to wait for this, a 2.5, when price could easily leave me off of this imbalance because there's a lot of momentum here? That's the reason why. Same with GU. Okay, why did I take it from GU? It wasn't the same confluences, but it was based off of the inducement that I considered that I was waiting for GU to do. I said, I know that GU wants to leave from here, but this little tap and go right here, I don't like those. I don't trust those. I wanted to see price, even though it did the 5-minute BOS, I wanted to see this low at least get induced to know that GU was ready. And what happened? Once price came, induced that low, fell this as a smart money trap, that's when I said, okay, GU is ready to go because I can see that the zone that EU is also in was valid. So I'm like, okay, GU is ready to go based off of this here inducement. This here buyer inducement will propel GU to go up. And that's what I got. So we could say after this BOS right here, maybe price come back, tap into this impulse candle. We might get a tap into this impulse candle here. And that can continue the bullish push. So let's keep that in mind. This could be a bounce and then push out. This could be a buildup of liquidity and take, or it could just take off right now because this is still an imbalance. So this is the name of the game, guys. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. You just gotta execute. When it aligns with your strategy, you just gotta execute. So right now, we're currently floating 1K. This is on our live account. We're currently floating. Let me see if I can get this on the screen. Oh, yeah. We're currently, my screen is blurry. These are the two trades we're currently floating. Okay, you know what? It's hard to show you, but it's easier because I have my camera blur for the background of this. At the end of the trade, once we hit our TP, we'll go ahead and add it into the overall cover. So let's take a look now where we've approached, where we've reached. Where have we reached? Now, this is a high that led to a low that broke structure. Now, can this high, this 15-minute high, push price back down? Well, we maybe get a retrace, perhaps, but I don't like it simply. I want to say this could be a smart money trap, simply because we have mitigated demand before this supply, and this supply also lies within a trend line. So this is probably an invitation of early sellers who's assuming this is a range to sell from because they're seeing this retail support and resistance zone. Smart money traders, I should say. That's why it's called a smart money trap. Smart money traders are seeing this retail support and resistance zone as a form of liquidity, and that liquidity was taking. They see that the trend line was also taken, and they're saying, okay, now price is ready to sell from this high to come down and reach lower levels. But what they're not also seeing is that we're already coming from this demand. They're also looking at this trend line, saying price needs to come get this trend line, X, Y, Z. But what they're not seeing is that we already came from this demand, mitigated this demand once, pushed out, came back, mitigated another time, a second a demand zone within this imbalance, and now we're finally reaching this supply. So we've gathered enough momentum to push above. Now, what this could do for price, it could cause price to come do a sort of liquidity sweep, maybe build up or consolidate a little bit, sweep another level of inducement, and then push up. Maybe even cause price to come mitigate some imbalances before pushing up. But I don't believe that this zone will hold, at least. I believe the top of the trend line to be taken for price to then give some sort of a reaction, or at least from Asia. If anything, if there's going to be a sell reaction, I'm anticipating it from here versus here, honestly, because this high led to a mitigation, not a breakup. It did break structure, but it led to a mitigation. So I'm more so expecting the reaction from here if it's going to be a sell reaction. Now, as far as GU, like I told you before, if GU is to make any push, it is building liquidity. We said it would consolidate. It may come down, induce this low here and mitigate into this here impulse candle, then do the push up. Or it might even come down and sweep this low once again within our entry and then continue the bullish movement for the day. So let's let the market play. Let's let the market play. Some days we are, what's the word? Some days we are analysts, and some days we are traders. We are on attack mode. Did I not make this? Oh, I did. Okay, so GU's not as moving as aggressive as EU, but that's no concern. We just have to let price do its thing. It has to build levels of liquidity, so you just have to allow price to build its liquidity, guys. Yeah, so let's let it do its thing. That's why most times I just watch it on like the 5 minute and above, so that way you don't get. That's another thing I would suggest. Watch price action from like 5 minutes and above after you've entered, so that way you don't go into the overthinking of what price action should be doing, X, Y, Z, and you get caught up in some bad situation. All right, so let's see. We're anticipating the smart money trap to be taken. We could even say price could push all the way up to here, but that's just me being, very aggressive. So for now, I'm just going to anticipate price to just maybe take the high of the zone. And I'm okay with just this. Sometimes you have to be, your entry is just as important as your exit. You don't always need to try to make the full move or, a great amount of the move. Sometimes you just need to get your 1 to 3 and get out of there. Technically, I've gotten my 1 to 3. My 1 to 3 is right here. So technically, I've made my 1 to 3. So the extra point something 9 I'm holding on to is just me trying to get to that target. But the reality is I've hit my 1 to 3. I could literally close my entire trade and say, okay, I've hit my TP goal for the day, which is 1 to 3. So better keep that in mind. See what the 15-minute looks like. Strong bullish candle, close inside of the zone. 15-minute looks like for GU. Okay, big bullish. A rejection from this zone, this highlight to this low. It did break structure to the downside. Okay, so GU is back aggressive on there. Okay, so perhaps. Where was it? Did I target GU? I forgot. I think it was the London. Was it the London high? I think it was the London high for GU, not the London high is here. Okay, back to 15. And EU, same, the London high. And then we exit our trade. Now, like I said, this could be pro trend where price just continues to the next high, because right now from this low, this overall low, guys, this trading range here is where we're at. This is where the 50% happens. So technically price should lead to 0.27 up here and take out the previous day high. So this is one of those situations where they say let your runners run, because we can see that this is the price action we're getting. Price giving us this reaction is coming at the zone strongly. So this could be a situation where the runner run, or this could be the retracement all the way to the 4-hour if price intention is to take out this daily supply. If this daily supply is to fail, right here, this daily supply is to fail. I believe that was the daily supply that we saw from the lower time frame. Yeah, if that daily supply is to fail, perhaps price would come to this discount and then push up. But as we can see on the 4-hour, or the 1-hour, I'm sorry, this strong bullish candle is being printed on the 1-hour. So in the next 10 minutes, if this bullish candle closes strongly above like this, then we know for sure that the next candle is trying to push through and go through. Yeah, it might give us a retracement, but then it's pushing through. The goal of the rest of the day is to push through. But because it's Friday, it's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We are in Friday. We're not holding no trades for long. We're not trying to be greedy. We're just going to get in, take our TP, and get out. Let's see what Mondays and next week's news look like. So that's another thing. I'll look into what the next coming news looks like, because granted, you try to anticipate, oh, the market is going to do this all the way till next week. Something big happens next week. It's the holiday too. Something big happens next week, and whether Trump tweets something and the market collapse and boom, now you in a pickle. You're in a pickle because you wanted to predict the market, and now the market is not doing what you thought. It's not exciting. Okay, so let's try again for next week. So what is Monday? Oof, it's a lot of red. So Monday, no news on Monday. Tuesday, we have, okay, non-farm, NFE, unemployment, retail, PMI. Tuesday is going to be a massacre. Look at Tuesday. Tuesday looks mad. It's not even a trading day. Thursday, EU news, GU news, mad. Friday, we just have GU. Okay, so Tuesday, Thursday are not good trading days. So we can anticipate that we might get an opportunity Monday. Tuesday, we just have the ADP, so we might get it's early. Oh, no, we have job jobs at 10. So yeah, so between Monday and Tuesday, it's gonna be crazy price action between Tuesday, I mean, and the other day. It's gonna be crazy price action. So I'm not gonna try to hold no trade till next week. Not only that, I'm not gonna try to hold my prediction to say, oh, it's gonna go all the way till next week. It's no need. So right now we're floating about 800, almost 900 USD. So in a few moment, I'm going to close the trade at our TP. We're about to hit TP for EU. As I said, we could take partials and allow price to continue, but right now we've just taken the London high. This could be where we close off of EU's trade and we allow GU to continue. So we've hit EU's full TP range. We have taken the smart money trap, and we also have taken the London high. So EU, thank you for your time. We are content with what we have received. We can't say Asia high must be taken as of yet because we don't know if that is the true target. Although it is a liquidity, we wanted to target our first liquidity, which is this trend line liquidity here, which we have. So now we can say we can exit the EU trade with a full close. We just want the price to finish the push up that it's doing. Okay, full close on EU. Now GU is the last one left in this market. So TP on EU, we can screenshot that one. Let's get this done here. Like I said, EU is not done being bullish. I still believe we can still go higher, but this is part of the discipline that you want to have. You tell yourself you're going to get out of a trade somewhere, get out of the trade there. There's no need to be greedy. Never a need to be greedy. Okay, so let's get that confirmed. Let's keep that in mind. Okay, I'm gonna say EU TP hits 1 to 3.9 RR. Like we said, we know EU is gonna go as high as here. That's not the concern or the question. Right now, we are working on being disciplined and taking our TP where we said we would. That's all it is. I remember we said it's gonna keep going, so it's no pressure. We're just staying disciplined on where we expect. And for right here, that's fine, because EU could easily tap into this supply in Asia and begin pushing down, even though we know we want to sell from here, but that's not the case. We're gonna let price do its thing. If we get here, it give us a lower time frame confirmation to sell, we take the sell down. And that's just that. All right, so let's go to okay. We've got the TP for EU. Okay. And it just did an inducement right there. So this could begin a retracement for EU. So, because remember, this low led to this high broke structure. What happens after BOS is a retracement. So we might not even need to be inside of this this move, that retracement. So that's fine. So we're good. Ooh, my stomach growling. Okay. Now let me take a look at GU. Let's see what type of price action is GU giving us. So GU came close to this impulse candle that I told you about, that I expect that if it was going to go bullish, it can react from there. It hasn't tapped it yet. It's given this fake bullish trend. Maybe it might just come back down, induce these lows into the zone and then push up. So we haven't had that yet. So right now, this looks like a break in retest trader invitation zone. So I don't expect it to hold. You can see that right there. Break in retest traders is clearly invited into this trade right here. Then they're probably going to get taken out and then swept out. And then we could see here we have this level of trend line that's being generated from up here. So we can see that price can take them out, retest, and then push out to take out these trend line traders that's being invited. So GU could potentially give us that because EU could be beginning its retracement or just consolidating because it just took this high, giving sellers a false reaction to believe that it's going to come down and then take the Asia high to mitigate here and then give us a true sell for a retracement. Either way, we're already out of the EU trade. So we're not, right now, we're just annotating. We're just watching price action. But as you can see, guys, I mean, I couldn't have given you any better explanation than seeing how patience and precision in reading the charts leads to high probability trades that you don't even have to second guess. We came into the chart slightly right before 9. It was like 3 or 7 minutes before 9 o'clock. We didn't have to do our huge top-down analysis again because we already knew where price was coming from. All we simply did was jump right into the game, right into it. We saw price reach the zone based on what London did. We saw price came in, do what it has to do, and that's all. So the important thing is to understand the important thing is to understand that price, understand that price needs to generate liquidity. Price needs to do the things that it needs to do. You don't have to be a part of everything. You don't have to trade 2, 3, 4 sessions. Just allow the market to do its thing. When you do, everything flows naturally. It will always flow naturally, guys. So here's where GU can make that final inducement that I told you. Break and retest traders were invited. It can most likely be swept out. Price can even come even to a lows like, let me see. Is there any order block in there? We'll go to GU. Is there any significant order block that price can come mitigate? 1 minute. Perhaps this one here. It can come to that 1 or 5 minute. It could actually react off of this here impulse candle. So this internal impulse candle could be used as the inducement to take out the break and retest traders. And it can even induce this low here of this bullish candle and then push up. Because you can see the rejections are happening in this area. So price could give us one more sweep and then push out. Okay, what is this? Okay, so somebody just messaged me. They said they saw the same position on the same EU buy, but they don't know why they didn't cover the IPC. And I'm guessing imbalanced candle, waiting for it to tap into the 5-minute demand. So they were waiting for a 5-minute demand. See, it's funny because I just explained this to you guys earlier. Most people waited for price to come here. They waited for price to come here. Why? Because they saw the BOS, they saw the change of character. So they're waiting for price to say, oh yeah, come into my zone here. What is this? 2.4. That's unrealistic. A 2.4 pip stop loss. Oh man, how greedy. I'm sure you'll get another entry opportunity. We could be coming down or buying up again. Okay, and let's just do a quick intervention, guys. Today is my brother's birthday. The brother that I was telling you guys about in day 2 call, the one that put me into trading. Remember what I said? Here comes that reaction from GU right inside of the impulse candle that we talked about, taking out the break and retest traders. I still don't know if this is enough to take them all out. The break and retest traders stop loss is probably around this area anyway, so I do want to see price come take them out once more. But let's see. Let's see. Let me quickly call my brother, tell him happy birthday, and then we can carry on. I actually have a Zoom call that is beginning with Yeremi right now. For some reason, my phone is not letting me call him. Let me just send him a text. Actually, send him a voicemail. So that's what it is, Brody. Happy birthday, man. I was trying to call you, but for some reason, my phone is not letting me call you. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just finish this live recording. I'll call him after. But yeah, man, just wanted to call you, tell you happy birthday, bro. I know today you're gonna be getting ready for your trip, so I hope you have a good day, man. Have a good session and all that. I will talk to you later. I'm currently live with the people on this trade. See what I said about the GU? I wanted to see it come deeper because it didn't quite take out those breakout and retest traders yet. And that it would be more so this one, this impulse candle that it would react from. So we'll see. But yeah, Sauce, my bad for that. Like I said, man, wanted to tell you happy birthday, bro. More love, more blessings. Inshallah, things will continue to grow, man. So I'll talk to you soon. Later. All right, guys. So what did I tell you? Like clockwork, I remember I said this would most likely be the impulse candle it may react from versus that internal one, simply because of the fact that the break and retest traders needed to be swept out completely. So in here, most traders would have taken it from here, expecting that, oh, this is enough, but that's not enough to take out the break and retest traders. Their stop losses are right here. So they're not going to be out of the trade if they just stop right here. No, Price had to make them think, okay, it's ready to go now and write a little bit more break and retest traders who wants to put second and third position. Then Price took them out completely by taking this low because this is where they expect, oh no, there's no way Price is going to break this big old candle bullish is going to stay. And now Price is ready to go get those trendline traders. More than likely, I believe this should be fine from here. So as you can see, this was the true impulse candle that Price is interested in making that reaction from. But let's see, because price action is not finished. Let's quickly check in with this Zoom call. We have a Zoom call that's running right now with Yeremi. I want to see what's going on. Let's check in real quick, guys. Let's check in. Let's check in. Okay.
Let's get those cameras on so we can get started.
Okay. So we'll continue to do our thing on this side. EU is going to finish the move to the supply that we're targeting. Inshallah. But like I said, we did have this inducement here, so that could probably put things into perspective. Maybe the market may consolidate a bit here because Asia high could be a place where price pushed down because it was a high that led to a low that caused a break of structure. Though we had a consolidation, the low was taken, the high wasn't fully taken yet. So we can say that price is trying to invite
As you can see, we're not in
some people. Price could be trying to invite some people in to simply finish taking out the high completely. Okay. So yeah, you can see GU's bullish press intention is happening as we speak from the zone that we just said is most likely to push off from. So, and here comes EU heading to our supply zone to close the TP right here and potentially see if price is going to try to sell off from here. Okay, so bear that in mind. Look at this. I love this. Look at this GU push. I want to see it take this trend line. Take this trend line and potentially take this trend line and then give us a move to the downside. So I'm going to put on my one headphones in here so that way we don't have so much confusion. Okay, so now EU, remember what I said? This is the reason why we TP'd here for EU at the London high. Let me show you why I said London high. You can see the London high right here with EU. Okay. This London high here, we TP'd, which was also the top of this trend line. Now, as you can see, this inducement could be the lead to the retracement for price to continue lower. As for GU, price could potentially react from here and make a bearish push down. So let's do this here. Okay, so GU is not quite ready to go yet. I think it might want to come deeper into this zone simply because we have more ranges there. Let's see, make it on a smaller level. Does GU want to go lower? Yeah, GU sorta does want to go lower. So I could see a sell potentially from here, actually. I could see a sell from here to the downside. So we might be having a sell coming. So let's keep that in mind. Let's keep that in mind. Okay, so once price reaches the top of this trend line, we're probably going to take profit because it could simply induce this high here and push back down. Okay, let's see. EU, what is EU's price action telling me? Price came back, retested zone, shot up. Okay, EU's gone. EU's gone to Asia high. Lovely. Lovely. EU's gone to Asia. It's going, I should say, because we still have this trend line here. Beautiful. EU shooting up. GU still pushing up. So when EU reaches here, GU might be getting to the supply. This is the reason why I say I might TP at this level versus this level, simply because for EU, if it's going to sell off from here, GU's, you got to look at them in comparison. EU is right next to this zone as well as this Asia high. Once it takes Asia high, it's going to give a reaction or retracement or just stretch into this supply and then push down. GU, which is super close to this zone here, will simply probably take this trend line, tap here, and then give us a reaction to the downside. So just keep that in mind. It's approaching Asia high, so it's giving us a little slow approach. Right here, we just want to see price aggressively attack this New York high and supply. I can see at least the London high swept, but the way price is moving, it might not. It might just sweep this trend line and give us a sell down. Because right here, I believe, looks like we have an equal high, a relatively equal high. Yeah, we have an equal high here. Okay, so EU is ready to do its drop. Let's see. EU is reacting from a supply inside of the, let's see here, we have this low led to this high broke. Can price push off from here? Let's see, can price push off from this demand here on GU? No, so I close a strong body in here. So price is looking to fill this zone. Okay. So GU price is pushing down some more. Let's see what happens here. EU begins its retracement. So now this is the, was it 5 minute? This is the 5 minute supply that I mentioned that was resting inside of EU that I said price could react from here. Why? Because this was a high that led to a low that caused this break of structure right here. Okay. And this was a high that led to this low that broke this structure. This high led to this low, broke the structure. So price came back to the extreme of that zone and is now giving a bearish trend. So we had consolidation, low, high mitigate, break. So let's say, did we have any 5 minute structure to say sell are coming? No, we did not. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see. Boom, boom. What did G reach on its side? I'm on a Zoom call. The room is actually speaking about the entry that I caught on EU. Mm-hmm. Yeah, beautiful. When it comes to this potential sell, mm-hmm. Yep, trendline inducements. This could be the catalyst to push price up for EU though. So let's see. Because prices now gave us equal lows. So yeah, overall, we had TP hit completely off of EU. EU was ready to go, gave us a beautiful entry. GU came back into our entry, but hey, we'll see what price do. GU have to make this move down because EU needs to retrace because this low led to this high, broke above this structure here. So let's see. Okay. So we know this one has already hit CP. We can get this one out. We're already out of this trade. Okay. So yes, this was the demand that the message that I received that I was telling you guys about. They were waiting for this 5-minute one. And like I told you, sometimes price does not need to come to those types of zones simply because why wait for a 2.4 pip stop loss when you can just get this 4.6 pip and you can still be in a trade. You have to take it. You have to take it. Okay, here we go. Okay, EU is just giving us some buildup of randomness. So now we could say is that price has returned back into this range. Can we get an inducement again for this push up? Let's see. I'm not expecting that from GU. Let's see. But on EU, we can see something happening within these areas. Let me see. We had this impulse candle. Did it break? No. We'll go to 15-minute. Let's see. There's an imbalance here, so price could come to these types of zones. This low led to this high broke structure. Let's take a quick look at the dealing range. We can see this lies within the discount levels. This right here is within discount level. So let's see. Maybe price can come into this area. We have an imbalance as well. How big is this zone? Let's see, from here to here, it's about 3.4 pips. So we can literally include the imbalance as well because that's not too big of a zone. Let's see, stop loss at the bottom. So this gives us a 1, 2, 3.8. It's not the worst. So far what we've gotten, did we get an inducement of this trend line? Or is it an equal low? Let's see. Looks like equal lows. Let's go to the 1 minute. Correct. Yep. So it looks like equal lows right about here. Similar. GU gave us equal highs. EU gave us equal lows. Interesting, isn't it? So what is it? What's the narrative? Liquidity is resting above the possible entry level. Let's clean up some parts of this chart. We've taken this trend line. So now we can say this is swept. We've taken out the smart money trap. We've taken these relative levels of liquidity. We've already entered. We can exit this. So potentially we can see another buy opportunity for EU here in these range and target this full level here. Potentially, this could be an opportunity for EU. GU, on the other hand, can give us the completion for this bullish move from here, potentially. Or it can take this zone out as a smart money trap, being that it didn't lead to no significant high. And then price could then push up, basically do an inducement of this low to go deeper into the zone. So for GU, let's let price do its thing. As you can see, it needs to go deeper and EU needs to come to the zone. So there's reasons why GU wants to come deeper into this range. Let's actually go to the 5-minute on GU, see if this zone needs to be refined. Let's see. Okay, okay. Yes, we can see that clearly. This will be right here. That price has not mitigated right here. So this could be where the true positioning for GU. Okay, so we can see GU to react from here. Let's take this out and let's wait and see for a position out of GU from here. You would want to see confirmation, of course. A series of change of character BOS to then buy up. EU, on the other hand, can be a strong tap push up, but what we want to see is, oh, no, not this one. I meant to go to EU. Oh, it's interesting. My guy has the same zone I just showed y'all. Okay, so this is what we are looking at, guys. So we're anticipating this is on this range right here. And on the 15-minute, let's see, what did we get? Did we wick or we induce? I mean, did we wick or close a body? So above this high, price simply came and swept the high. It didn't close a body on a 15-minute. I mean, I'm wary of that, actually. On a 5-minute, it BOS. But on a 15, it did a sweep. I don't quite like that, actually. And I'll tell you why. So when price do a 5-minute sweep, I mean a 5-minute BOS and a 15-minute inducement, most time when it comes back down, not all the time, sometimes it's the opposite. Most times, there you go. CG finally reached that demand, and this is where the buys can begin. So if we were to do anything with GU from this zone, it won't be aggressive, even though I think the risk to reward is decent. It's about a 5.8. I'll wait. We could have taken it aggressive, but I'd much rather wait for a two-leg protocol or some sort of price action to take it. Let me see. Where are we? Okay, we're close to the trade. Let's see if we can get something from here. So we had low, high, low. But this a 15-minute low actually is the question. This was not a 15-minute low. Instead, it was a 5-minute low. So this 5-minute low led to this 5-minute high, giving us this BOS on a 5-minute, but on a 15-minute, giving us a push down. So let's see. Here comes price into our zone now. What time is it? It is 9:24. So there's still enough momentum for this market to continue. Let's see what liquidities are there. Let's see. We got this trend line here. Okay. One tap, two tap, three tap. Perhaps price can react here to finally finish the move up to reach this high time frame supply. No. I've already hit my TP with EU. The only reason why even though I like this move right here, I'm not gonna enter it, even though I like it. I'm not gonna enter it simply because this consolidation range, price induced a high. Yes, it took the low, it didn't fully take the high. I believe this will be the true sell from this zone. But the fact that price is coming down with such a strong volume, I don't know if this zone is gonna hold. But GU did reach a demand that should allow it to push up. So I can see this momentum pushing up from here because GU hasn't taken this trend line and there's equal highs. So let's see. But I like this to be a area where price push because this low led to a break of structure here. So let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I like this to be bullish. I like this to be bullish. See, I like this to be bullish. Now for GU, I can see a potential for this buy, as I said. I would want to see some sort of confirmation for GU. Reason I like this EU is because the high of this consolidation is not fully taken yet. And like I said, I want to see the true sell come from here. But we did tap into this supply here. That could potentially be the reason for this retracement. What I was saying earlier about price inducing 15-minute highs and doing an inducement on the 15 and on the 5-minute doing a break of structure is that sometime when this happens, that 15-minute inducement leads to a lower time frame and an inducement of the neck of the low structure that led to that inducement. So chances sometime price can come down and induce this low, right? Induce this low, then taps into this demand to then try to make the move. But it is somewhat late in the session, so I don't know if that's going to happen. So we'll see. So let's see. Let's see what this gives us. Okay, so I know I said I wasn't going to position myself, but it was too obvious, so I couldn't help it. Uh, the confluences were stacked up. So as for GU guys, I didn't take the same one from GU. Like I said, I would want to see GU um give me a confirmation entry. Yes, it induced this structure. So that's a good confirmation to say, yeah, price could be going up, but this strong bearish candle into the zone, I'm not fond of. So that's why I want to see a confirmation. Plus, it's a big zone. I want to see price give me confirmation here. Now, as far as EU, I apologize. EU give me this mitigation. There's a slight trend line here. Let's see, let's go to the 5 minute. Yeah, so okay, something just happened in the market would just cause all this bullish push. So let's see. Let's see. So GU may not just give me that confirmation because you see how GU just did this random push up. I don't know what happened in the market or something just caused this random push. It's like a glitch in the market just happened. So it might fill in this glitch real quick before it continues up. Um, so yeah, that was random. But EU, let's just let price finish his bullish push and then we done from there. There you go. So we're in this EU trade, targeting this overall supply for another 1 to 3. Let's see. Right now, we are. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, guys. So it is 11. Oh, it's not 11. Yeah, it's 10:33. Um, we'll cover some more stuff on next week. As you can see, I'm currently in this trade. We'll see how the trade ends by next week. We'll detail whether we hit TP or stop loss, but for the most part, I'm anticipating TP for this range. If we're going to have a sell, I believe the sell may come from this zone here. Because like I said, sellers are in control. This buy here could simply be to send it back to this retracement high for us to then be able to sell down. Okay, somebody's having a confusion with something that I said, and I need to clear that up for them. I'm going to show you guys what it is they're asking me about. They're referring to this GU trade. Let me show them why. Okay. I need to show him. He says, the question is, I was following the rule you gave us in the Zoom call that 3 candles make up a structure if there are 2 and below those structures are traps for retail traders, so I waited. Yes, yes, but in the 1 minute, the 1 minute, there was a structure that created the chalk, and the 5 minute was a POS. Okay. So yes, EU trade, we're still floating the profits. Let's watch it from the 5 minute instead. Um, let's also turn off these structures. This is a New York high. Is this a London? No, New York took the London high. So we don't need to target that high. Reason we're targeting this high also, guys, because this 5 minute high led to this low that broke underneath this low. I took out this low that created the swing high. So this high led to this low and broke under this structure. And this was the low that led to this high that broke above this previous higher high. So when this happens, was a shift in the direction. Then price came and broke structure again and broke structure again. So this lets us know we are entering a retracement. Retracement to where we've already marked that somewhere down here. And if we're looking at the 4-hour, it's somewhere down here. If we're doing a 4-hour retracement, it's somewhere here because this was the point of origin where the bullish move began from. So understanding that this is the decisional range, price hasn't reached the full decisional yet. We're only taking this buy to get here to then look to sell down to this decisional range. If this is price intention to continue down before reaching this previous day supply, and wanting to take out this previous day supply. If the market intention is to take out this previous day supply, then it would need to come to more discounted levels to gather liquidity to be able to push up and take out this supply. Otherwise, if we just come to this supply, we're going to maybe mitigate a little deeper, then get sent down to create structural lows. So we're currently in this buy, we're pushing up, and let's see. Okay, our stop loss was here. So we got this trade moving, doing what we needed to do. So let's let this trade run. On GU, GU is moving a bit slower. It's a little behind than EU. So although GU can still make the move, I'm not going to entertain this GU price action because if EU is to sell off from here potentially, GU to come all the way here may not happen. So GU might simply just come here, consolidate, tap into this 15 minutes order block. As you can see, this 5-minute order block, and then continue back down bearish. Though we did have an inducement, a strong wick to the downside on the 15, this could lead to the push up. But for now, it's not moving with aggression, and we're towards the end of the session where London's going to exit. So we can't say that GU is ready to give us that commitment. So let's just clear up our visor so we can see what's happening. As you can see, guys. Okay. Let's just keep one chart for now because GU is just moving slow. We'll double back on GU later. Let's go to 15 minutes on EU. So this is what I was expressing to you guys earlier, right? To give you clarity. Let's go to the 1 hour. Okay, so on the 1 hour, we can see the level of strength that this bullish candle closed with. So we know that it would continue, price wants to continue higher. So that's no doubt about it. Higher to where I believe would be this level here. You can see the strong bearish candle, this impulse candle after it. Probably going to mitigate and then give us this retracement because according to this decisional push right here that will cause this here, I'll keep repeating it so that way you guys get a better understanding. That led to this BOS. This was the break of structure that was significant for this move. Okay. Let's see. What was this move we took? This was with EU. Is this 107? I don't know. Okay. Okay, so yes, this is your extreme where the original move began from, pushing up to the BOS, and this is your decisional that led to the break of this swing structure, okay? This swing from the left. So we know that this is our decisional entry. We want to see price somehow somewhat come to this range before we can see the break. Can price break from here? Of course. That doesn't mean that it has to come all the way here. Price could easily make this push up, tap, giving you the intention that this low led to this high broke structure. We're going to come back, retest, and push up, but simply tap, come back, retest, retest again, and push lower like this. That can happen. So we don't want to just jump to conclusion and say that it cannot go past this, but we want to anticipate. Remember, we react to the market. We don't predict the market and say it what to do. We react to what the market can do from certain areas. And from right here, we can say that price can sell down from here. Price can sell down from here and begin the bearish retracement from this zone here. You can see the liquidity that's being built. We have this trend line. We have this smart money trap that this will become because price did not tap this zone when those sellers who are waiting from buyers, those buyers who are waiting from this 5 minute zone, price did not tap them in. So this can become a smart money trap for them. So keep that in mind, guys. This liquidity is to the downside for the market to come after. Right. And this one right here will become a weak demand. Price can you react from it, but it will become a weak demand because the relatively extreme is right here. This one right here. This is the relevant extreme zone. Low that led to this break. And this is the originator point. So this right here is the one that caused the break, but being that it's, well, price could react from it actually because it is within the discount. So it may not need to reach all the way here. So let's not jump to conclusion and call it a weak one yet. And yeah, here we are in this trade as the market is taking its time to make this bullish move. Though we had this mitigation of this supply, I believe this was just an invitation of early sellers. So we can call this an early seller trap, EST, just to give them the idea that the market was going to respect Asia and would sell off from here. But what happened is when this came down, it gave us this change of character and somewhat of a BOS internally. It didn't retrace to mitigate here before this demand. So it tapped this demand before, which is why we can presume that price will continue up bullish, okay? So without further ado, I don't want to make this video too long. We're just going to let the rest of the price action go. As you guys were able to see, the way we executed today, the trades we were able to catch, as well as the one that we're in towards the end of the day, we were able to take these two positions on EU. If we take a look at GU, we can see that GU was not ready to fully take the move. With the first move that we took, price came back, hit us at break even. So we didn't fully get to complete the full move on GU, which is fine, happens. So all we're gonna do now is just let the price do its thing for the rest of the day. And we will be back on Monday for day 4 of the market, okay? So definitely like, comment, let me know how you felt about the session. Let me know what you saw out there, what you wanna see, things you want me to go over. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram, message me there. I'm always available whenever I'm online. And last but not least, subscribe to the channel. I will try to keep these types of content going for you guys. I enjoy having these live sessions. I enjoy holding myself accountable, executing with precision, and trading with patience. So without further ado, guys, I appreciate you joining in, checking out this video, and I hope I was able to bring you great value. It's been your boy, Sauce. Enjoy the channel and enjoy these recordings. Peace.